All right, you sick fucks. We decided that the tweet about your depraved and unhinged NBA takes was not. It was not enough to only discuss it on Twitter. So we had to. I guess you would call it a podcast. It's more of a test run for future things, but we had to bring it here because you guys, our followers, mostly our followers, are absolutely
Unhinged.
unhinged. Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to overuse the same word, but that's probably the best way to describe you psychopaths, including Czar, uh,
Yeah.
which we should introduce ourselves. I'm Jake.
Czar, you know us from Twitter if you're watching or listening to this, probably.
Yeah, most likely. You probably know us from either our own Twitter accounts or Bullyball, which is where we asked you to send your most insane NBA takes, whether you believe them or not, because that's what we do here. We're not after the truth. We just want to know the craziest things that exist in your brain. And we got quite a few of them. We got some good ones in here. And I guess we're just going to jump right into it, starting with... We'll start a little soft. At Pro Pistons had three of them. He said one, frozen envelope, which maybe.
Like, I could see it. Like, it's
Maybe.
not, like, I feel like that's not, like, crazy out of pocket.
That's not that crazy. For those that, I mean, I feel like most people know the frozen envelope thing, but like the draft lottery was rigged for the Knicks to get Patrick Ewing because one of the envelopes is frozen. Like maybe I could see it.
Yeah, I feel like the draft lottery was more rigged for Cleveland when the LeBron thing happened, but
well, Pro Pistons' second one was LeBron went to Miami so Cleveland could stockpile picks.
That one's different. I have not heard that once in my life. Like
I mean, maybe. Possibly.
La GM, like I guess.
They got who they get out of it. Like they got Kyrie.
Yeah, they got Kyrie. They got I think they drafted Andrew Wiggins, but he never really played. Tristan Thompson,
like Anthony Bennett, like
yeah, Anthony Bennett.
Like
I don't know how well that worked out.
Maybe I mean they weren't going to win anything until LeBron came back, but I don't know. I don't think LeBron was playing the long game by trying to get out of Cleveland to go to Miami. Like
yeah.
I think he just wanted to leave Cleveland and go to Miami.
Yeah, I mean as one does.
And then the third one was Jordan didn't really retire; he was suspended. I believe this with all my heart.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah,
like that. That man was a nasty individual.
He was different.
He was getting into, like, there's no way he just casually decided to retire and go play baseball.
No.
For in the middle of his prime, like no one does that, and then he comes back
because it was his dad wanted him to play baseball. It's like, bro, who got your dad killed, bro? Be honest.
Yeah, we know you bet the under. You bet the under. You bet the under, and now there's some Russians coming at your dad's door.
Yeah,
and
the story
you had bets.
The story from The Last Dance where like the flu game was because someone like poisoned a pizza.
Yeah.
They did not order a pizza under Michael Jordan's name.
Yeah.
In Utah.
Yeah. Because who fucking does?
No, like I'd like one pizza for NBA champion Michael Jordan. Like they had no idea who they were delivering to.
I'm here calling for the Chicago Bulls. Yes. I will be ordering this pizza specifically for Michael Jordan. So don't do anything to this pizza.
Don't poison this pizza, please. Like he like from where I don't even what city did the Jazz play? Salt Lake City, something like that. Wherever the Jazz play, it's like an hour in a plane to Vegas. Like we know what Jordan was up to. We know why he was sick that day.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we didn't see that one in here that the flu game was a hangover game. Which, come on,
Yeah.
come on.
I mean, I feel like it's kind of obvious. No one fucking who poisons a pizza, bro. Who's gonna believe that?
I'm gonna put my job on the line for the Utah Jazz.
Yeah,
Come on.
our deathly rivalry with the Chicago Bulls. Like, I'm gonna take out Michael Jordan myself.
Yeah, I
Still,
mean, I'm sure there were some people that wanted to take out Michael Jordan at the time.
especially in Utah.
Yeah, well, for different reasons than basketball, most likely.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out where to go next with this. Here's an easy one. At Metasai Jones said it should be the country's #1 sport.
I agree.
If you're on Twitter,
I
it is.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. Yeah, honestly, if you're on ESPN too, it is. Well, that and football.
Football,
They're
yeah.
connect, but debate shows like First Take, it's all basketball.
It's because football is only on once a week.
Yeah, it's true. I agree though. I feel like basketball shares a lot of similarities with like soccer, and like I could see like why it would be bigger in the U.S. like because it has like that weird like team culture and the longer season than football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I like players are a bigger deal. Like individual players are a bigger deal. So I feel
They're
like that
definitely
helps.
more famous.
Yeah. So I feel like at some point it might be the country's #1 sport. I feel like it's close. It's like creeping up there, but like for now it's still not the #1 sport. It's football.
Yeah, I think it would take a lot for football to get dethroned at this point.
Yeah. What would it take? Like what's like the breaking point?
Um, all the people that say they're boycotting the NFL to actually stop watching the NFL.
Yeah, that's probably
But actually, it's not like they're gonna go watch basketball
Yeah.
either. So
they're just gonna watch like
and they still
not
watch football. They're lying. Like somebody's lying. I see the NFL ratings numbers every year. Like somebody is lying.
a lot of people watch.
Yeah, a lot of dishonesty in there.
A lot of cap or Nick. You know what I mean? Okay.
Okay, moving on. Nate Dogg at Nate Dogg 10,000 shot off a lot of these, so we'll get into
Yeah.
a couple of them here. LeBron is so much better than Jordan; it shouldn't be a debate.
As a individual player,
Perhaps.
I hold that opinion. I think he is better. Because with all due respect to Michael Jordan, at age 37, this man was not doing chase down blocks and then taking it back and dunking it.
Jordan's body was more fatigued from all the debauchery, if I
Yeah.
can use that term,
Yeah.
that he was taking
Like-
part in.
Like as a piece of shit individual, I think Michael Jordan is better. Because like he turned the nastiness up all the way. with
Basketball,
everything.
I feel like basketball is one of few sports where rings could be considered an individual stat,
Yeah, kind of.
and I mean Jordan's got him there.
Yeah, he does. But at the same time, you look at like who's playing and you look at LeBron's playing. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know.
Jordan couldn't beat the Pistons. Anyway.
Yeah.
I think that one's fair. Like, I don't know about so much better that it shouldn't be a debate, but I mean, if you're just gonna say LeBron's better than Jordan, I'm not gonna fight you.
Yeah.
The second one was Magic fans are happier than Knicks fans, and sure, Knicks fans
Maybe.
could make the finals and lose, and they would be miserable.
Yeah.
Knicks fans, like, yes, the Knicks have been terrible for almost forever, but like, I don't think Knicks fans would be happy even if they were good.
Well, I mean,
They had a run
they
there
get-
with Carmelo where they liked the team a lot, but
last year they liked the team a lot.
Yeah.
The whole Bing Bong shit.
Knicks fans go to games to hate. And I admire
remember-
that. Obviously, I admire that, but
Yeah, I mean, Magic fans, I don't really see many of them, to be honest with you. Like when I'm watching Magic Pistons games, it's a lot of Pistons fans in the crowd, and like that says something.
Yeah.
Um, so sure, maybe they are. Shout out Franz Wagner and Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony's funny. He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
Well,
The Magic are like cool. I mean, they got to stop wearing like the orange pinstripe jerseys, but
but
those are awful. But like if I was a Magic fan, like I don't think Magic fans are like really taking basketball that seriously.
no, you live in Orlando.
They
Like,
made the finals with like Dwight Howard and Jameer Nelson. Like they did what they had to do. Like
that's as good.
I don't think there's any Magic fans that have been around since Shaq.
I don't think so either. And if they are, they're like 60.
Right. And they're just happy to be watching sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know what's going on, but they have been around the whole time.
True. Nate Dogg 10,000 continued with the Nuggets have no chance of winning with their current build. I just like they have Jokic. Like
Yeah, you do. I see what he's saying, because like it feels like they're a perennial like Western Conference Finals team more than they are like an actual championship.
very
contender.
like Steve Nash Suns.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, and like Jamal Murray's coming back, and that's cool. And like they have like a shit ton of players injured, and like Michael Porter Jr., anti-vax Jr. Is out with health. He was like, I think he was health and safety protocol, and then he got his like, I don't know what he fucked up, but it's something like serious that he fucked up. So he might just be like kind of done. And you know, as it stands, like they have a lot of money tied up in injured players
Yeah.
and Jokic.
But that's not really their I don't know. I feel like the way it's phrased puts blame on like the front office for all their guys getting hurt.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they did also choose to bring in Aaron Gordon as one of their main pieces. So there's
Yeah.
that.
Not great.
And they did give him another contract after that. So
I'm not saying their front office is great.
yeah, but you know they're not bad.
No, and like I find it hard to believe that a team that has like Jokic could never win.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just
that's
because
true.
he's so good. Like
Yeah,
if
he's
you would
so
if you would have said this last year about the Bucks, I would have been like, that's not true. They have Giannis.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
if you have a player like that, they get hot for a playoff run, like you're in good shape.
yep. And then it happened. But
Exactly.
yeah, you might be right. They might. I don't see it happening this year though.
I don't think they have no chance of winning, but like I also don't think they're gonna win a championship anytime soon.
Yeah.
Also, Nate Dogg 10,000, the 76ers are a good Ben Simmons swap away from coming out of the East.
They're currently 500, like sub 500.
Like
Without Ben?
how good of a Ben Simmons swap are we talking? Like
Yeah, like what are we talking here? Like Ben Simmons for like Buddy Hield or something?
Yeah.
Like okay, make them a little better, but I don't know about like it's like oh yeah they're for sure coming. I don't like shout out to Meme, but like I kind of prey on the 76ers downfall every year. I just don't like them.
correct.
It's just I get pleasure from watching them fail.
They're
Like,
from Philadelphia. I don't like them.
yeah, like I watched them lose to the Toronto Raptors to that Kawhi shot, and I'm not even a huge Raptors fan, but like I celebrated that like I was. I just don't like them.
No. I don't like Joel Embiid
Yeah,
for obvious reasons as a Pistons fan.
yeah,
Tyrese Maxey's cool, but
yeah, he's cool.
I don't know.
Tobias Harris I have no problems with, but I just
Sixers
don't-
fans do.
yeah, they have a lot of problems with him. They want him
They don't like Tobias
want him.
Harris.
on the bottom layer of hell. They want him.
They tweet about Tobias Harris like he's fucking like he's their rival. Like not like he plays for the Sixers.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they tweet about
It's
Tobias Harris like we tweet about Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, yeah. Specifically us, because there's some Pistons fans who are like, I see the way you guys talk about Jeremy Grant, and I don't like it. I'm like, okay.
It's like are you new here? This is what we do. Even if we don't mean it, we're gonna say it.
Yeah, and I thought I was like, I thought I was being gaslit to think that he was actually good. And then I check who has the most isolation possessions in the NBA, and I see Jeremy Grant's name on the list, and then I see that he also has the worst efficiency
Yeah.
on isolation possessions, 28%. Wow.
And most of those isolation possessions are like fourth quarter, need a bucket.
Yeah. Like this could change the course of the game for us.
And if he's playing like Orlando, he's gonna hit those.
Yeah.
But every time he tries that shit against like Brooklyn,
Not happening.
drives me crazy. And then finally, from Nate Dogg 10,000, the Mavs front office is the worst of all time.
Yeah.
It's pretty
They're
bad.
up there. I think them and the Kings.
If you can't build a team around Luka, like what are you doing?
Yeah, they hired a Nike executive as their GM. And that's cute, but
I like some of the Nike shoes. What the fuck does he know about basketball?
yeah. No experience in NBA front offices, just straight from Nike to general manager. I hope I can do that one day and ruin an NBA team.
Like you're halfway there. You have Luka Doncic. You are like 75% of the way to a championship team. You just need like 2 more players.
Yeah, and then you go and hire Jason Kidd. And
like the Mavs are racism at this point, right?
Yeah, like I heard like rumors like they want to trade for Domantas Sabonis. So I'm like, there's no reason for you to trade for Domantas Sabonis. You know what you want. There's the Kristaps Porzingis and Domantas Sabonis, Jesus Christ, are extremely redundant. And then it's also a coincidence that your franchise player happens to be a European. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
Mark Cuban, like, I know what he's doing here. Before that, it was Dirk.
They have an identity.
These are not coincidences.
Hire Jason Kidd as the coach. Like,
I mean, is he also half black? Yes, but does he look it? No.
One sec. Jason Kidd's not full.
Yeah.
Oh, my worldview has just been shaken completely. I had no idea.
Yeah, that's how I felt when I found out Mariah Carey was black.
I knew that one.
Yeah.
So I guess we're even. Yeah, the Mavs front office is a disaster, but I kind of love it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to pick where we should go next off that. There's a couple that are going to piss you off, and I'm going to save them for the end. At Amiri was taken, Bol has KD potential. I mean, that's just undeniable.
I mean, for all we know, he could, like, go onto the court and start just, like, pulling up from 40, like, casually. We never see him play basketball.
Not really.
Like, I don't know what he did to Mike Malone, but he did something. Like, he put the moves on his wife or some shit.
Mike Malone has been holding beef against the Bull family since Manute played or something. Like, this was like a grand plan.
Like, he traded for the rights to Bull just to never play Bull.
Real Stan Van Gundy shit.
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad for Bull, but, like, request a trade. We could use a big.
Everyone will instantly call him Thonmaker if he goes to the Pistons.
Oh, absolutely.
Instantly.
And, I will defend him until he is Thonmaker. But, like, I won't say he has KD potential now, but, like, he gets traded to the Pistons. You will see me on Twitter talking about Bull has KD potential.
There will be Bull fan cams if he gets traded to the Pistons. There's no question about it. At iShiftCross tweeted that Shaq should be considered top 3 of all time and was robbed of multiple MVPs.
That's kind of crazy.
What MVPs was he robbed of? Like,
we would need to bring this individual.
I'm gonna look up like historic NBA MVP voting.
Because Shaq was good, was great. Even actually, he's like he is a top 3 big of all time.
When
For
would you
sure.
say Shaq's prime started? Like mid 90s?
Yeah, like mid-90s.
Okay, so I'm going to start looking at the years where he finished like top 3 in MVP voting
Okay.
to see who won and if Shaq actually deserved it. All right, he finished 4th in 97. Jordan won.
You can't really argue with that.
Jordan averaged 28.7 points. Shaq averaged 28.3. Shaq obviously averaged more rebounds.
Yeah.
Only one fewer assist than Jordan.
That is crazy.
That's kind of wild. He averaged 2.5 blocks a game.
No, I think there was a case for sure.
Maybe, but actually it looks like Malone had better numbers than both of them. But fuck Karl Malone. Fuck Karl Malone. I'm glad he didn't win.
Yeah. He had an MVP.
And actually Tim Duncan had a nasty season that year too.
Okay, yeah, true.
The next year Shaq finished 6th, so damn, Alonzo Mourning finished 2nd in 1998.
That is wild.
Shaq won in 99.
Mm-hmm.
He got 3rd in 2000. That was AI's MVP.
Okay.
AI averaged 31 points.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Shaq averaged 28 and 12. It's kind of crazy.
Wild, even.
Those are big numbers. 5-13 from the line. It's tough. I don't know. See, I don't know anything about advanced basketball stats. I don't know anything about advanced basketball stats. I assume WS on Basketball Reference stands for win shares. I don't know. Shaq is, according to that number, Shaq is by far the most valuable player.
Okay.
I don't know. If it was baseball, different story. I don't know anything about advanced basketball numbers.
I know some advanced stats, but I'm not.
Shaq finished 3rd in 2001. But, like, on the surface, his numbers he should have won in 2001. His numbers are better than Duncan's.
Okay.
Jason Kidd finished 2nd, averaging 14 and 7. Or 14 and 9, because 9 assists. And then 7 rebounds. That's kind of wild.
That's fucking insane.
I mean,
I guess it's about winning and shit, you know, but
yeah, like, well, I'm sure the Lakers were winning in 2001.
That's true.
The thing with Shaq, with saying that someone should have more MVPs, is that it's like a year-to-year basis. Like, you could have like 20 great seasons in a row, but if every one of those years someone goes the fuck off, like, they're gonna win MVP.
Yeah, like Rob is a little strong. Rob's a little strong.
Yeah, and Shaq should be considered top 3 of all time.
That is a crazy take.
That means he has to be better than every basketball player that's not Jordan or LeBron.
Yeah, it's like LeBron, Jordan, and then Shaq.
Maybe, but like, there's so many basketball players that.
Like, I love Shaq, but no.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that one. If we're gonna stay with older ones, at Amazing said Larry Bird didn't play anyone, but Magic is top 5 of all time. I feel like this juxtaposes itself because Larry Bird played Magic.
Right, like that was like kind of the whole thing. Like, they initiated like the race rivalry of the NBA. Like, I mean, it helped like bring.
Mark Cuban was watching that as a kid, and he was like, "I know whose side I'm on."
Yeah. He was like, maybe I should make a team. Yeah, I should.
Full of Larry Birds.
There's got to be more. There's got to be more out there. He saw Magic win a game once, and he was crying, like, fist balled up.
Oh yeah,
right?
he was going full like Arthur with it.
Plotting his vengeance.
Absolutely. So, my thing, like, I used to be one of those people that I would just, like, for fun, I'd be like, oh, Larry Bird was trash. He'd get trashed by every modern NBA player. And then I, like, saw some Larry Bird highlights, and I was like, damn, he was kind of nasty.
Yeah, he was kind of nice.
Larry Bird was legit good. Like, I'm sure a lot of those, like, especially the era in the 90s where everyone would just hire, like, fat warehouse workers to be their center.
Yeah.
because they wanted to try and stop Shaq.
At the same time, that's kind of what we're doing now. The whole health and safety protocol shit.
Yeah, this is by necessity.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I
was
still
just
think
so
Jamarco Pickett would give all those guys buckets.
I saw. I remember. I will. This is a little off topic, but I just like to take this moment to say that Jamarco Pickett would, in fact, give Dave Bing buckets. And his
Yeah.
jersey is retired by the Pistons.
That's
So
right.
next time that old man starts talking crazy about Cade Cunningham, maybe he should try to guard our bottom of the bench two-way player before he says anything, because I know
If
for
Trey
a fact-
Lyles and Dave Bing played one-on-one, I'm taking Trey Lyles in a clean sweep. And I'm talking prime Dave Bing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave Bing is not going to know what to do with himself when Trey Lyles does a spin move and then pump fakes. They didn't do that back then.
No. They
It was
couldn't.
just-
They were wearing Converse.
Yeah, it's wild that they were like playing in like work shoes.
Remember in college when Zion just like blew out his Nikes entirely?
Yeah.
Imagine Zion trying to play in like shell toe Adidas.
I mean, yeah, he would. Either it would make him more powerful, or he would just be constantly injured.
Maybe he should try it. Stay
Yeah.
healthy.
I know Zion.
Yeah, we don't need to get into that. It makes me sad. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I covered all the non-Pistons ones. And I believe I did. Except for, from @TimForkin NBA, the homie.
Of course. Shout out to him.
He said,
Good
I
luck.
believe an NFL-style season where each team plays their division twice and 12 extra games would solve just about all of the league's problems. Regular season has meaning, individual performances mean more, fantasy sports and betting boom, ticket prices rise, no load management. In theory, sure,
Yeah.
it probably would make for a better regular season. But I don't think you can cut it from 82 games to, what, like 25?
Yeah.
I just don't think it works in basketball. Because basketball, like, you can play multiple games a week.
Yeah.
They could cut the season down a bit.
Yeah.
But going, like, full NFL style, I don't know. I don't know if it works for basketball.
I don't think I was thinking about this one because I was like, okay, well, that makes sense in theory, like because people love like the NFL style of like, oh, once a week on Sundays and it's over by February. I don't think it would work. The more I thought about it, because I was like, there's so much like with like ad revenue, like TV deals, and then the fact that like the whole NBA's whole thing is like it's on from like October to June.
Yeah.
You're gonna shorten that and just like have like a giant span of like where there's no NBA. I couldn't see that happen.
I could see cutting off a couple games, especially if you're trying to eliminate load management, but I don't really think that would do it.
Yeah. Like
And
if
also,
you went to like
what were you
72 games.
Yeah.
72, 68.
Yeah. And I just like, I don't know, in basketball, the games are so like high variance. Like football, most of the time the better team wins.
Yeah.
Basketball, I do not feel that way all the time.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just
I
like,
agree.
oh, someone's shot isn't falling, so you lose.
Yeah. And also like shortening the season that way kind of just it eliminates like those like mid-season like crazy runs teams go on.
Yeah.
Like the Wizards last year were basically us right now, the Pistons right now. And then they just went on like a crazy run where they did not lose like a game and became like one of the best teams, the hottest teams in basketball. And then they ended up losing the first round of playoffs. But
they got there.
They got there, which was impressive in of itself. And then Russ broke the triple-double thing. So those things don't happen if you shorten the season that way.
Right.
Glenn Sanity would never have happened if the NBA season was like that. So
Yeah.
it kind of gets rid of that fun part.
Kinda. So I guess now we're gonna get into some Pistons stuff. Starting with @QuantumSquirrel. Every time the Pistons win a championship, the league makes defense harder, and that's just true.
Yeah.
Maybe not in 04. because those
No,
games.
before after that, they got rid of hand checking.
That's true. Oh yeah, my brain was thinking of it backwards because '04 those final scores were like 73-70,
Yeah.
and the NBA was like, well, we can't do this anymore,
No.
which is not true.
They took one look at the rings and were like, oh heavens, oh goodness, oh gosh.
David Stern, you war criminal.
He is in hell laughing at us right now.
I mean that one is not really a hot take. That's just facts.
Yeah, I think it's objectively true.
Maybe what they were doing to Jordan went a step beyond defense.
Yeah, but it did. They did change the rules.
That's true.
So,
that is true.
It did make it harder.
Yeah.
Did it stop them from abusing him? No.
But, not at all. But I'm going to pretend it did so I can say that Jordan never beat them fairly. Because I'm all about narratives.
I'm all about narratives and lying.
Yeah. As a Pistons fan, what can we do besides lie? Because if we're honest about the team, that's bad.
Yeah, if I'm honest about the Pistons now, I'm already depraved. Like I'm already starting to lose my optimism for this team. I start being
yeah. Okay. I'm gonna read the two that you did, or okay. One of them. Actually, oh man, I did miss a non-Pistons one because it was your tweet. I don't see the big deal about what LeBron did wrong with the decision. Me either.
Yeah, because it's just like people are like, "Oh, it's so disrespectful," and blah blah blah. I'm like, it was a big deal because he was the biggest player on the planet.
People were just tight at the time because he formed a super team. Like,
yeah, it's not that big of a deal, to be honest. He was just like, "All right, yeah, I'm going to Miami. Shout out to Cleveland. No hard feelings. I'm going to Miami."
Cleveland said, "No hard feelings, huh?" Bet.
Show you feelings.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one. At the time, I was probably tight about it, but I was like 13 years old, so I didn't know. And then your other one, the Pistons will still finish around 9th or 10th in the East by the end of the season. Would you like to explain yourself?
That was a flat out lie. That was a blatant lie, because I don't believe that. I think we're probably going to be the worst team in basketball consistently, because there is no trade that we could do that would change the course of our season, because we are that bad. Like, that's why I'm like not even hopeful. Like, if we get like the first overall pick, like Jabari Smith would be great. Don't get me wrong. Maybe we'd win a couple more games, but as it currently stands with this team, I pray for Cade Cunningham because this is hopeless. I watch NBA players miss open threes consistently. Every single game, I watch them break the most simple shots that I didn't think NBA... Because when you're like, oh, you're watching the NBA and you're like, oh, they're professionals. They wouldn't miss this. And then they miss. I watch Trey Lyles pump fake open threes. He's pump faking the air. And then drives.
And then and dribble it off his foot.
Yeah, and turns it over. I watch Corey Joseph run like a Sonic, straight to the rim, and then lose the ball like off of like his nuts, and it hits like the first row.
I watch Rodney McGruder get a lot of NBA minutes.
I have watched him. He started getting minutes over Hamidou Diallo in the beginning of the season. This team has no hope. And like, it's a weird thing, but like, they also have no team chemistry whatsoever. Like, these dudes are just like, they're like strangers. Like, and it's a weird thing, but like, you can tell when you look at like the Instagram comments of like of an NBA player, their teammates are always in the comments if they're like a good team and they have good team chemistry. That was the one thing about the old Pistons teams, I would say. Like, no matter what, those boys, like, they did have good team chemistry. Like those Andre Drummond, Reggie Jackson Pistons, they did have good chemistry. This team, I see them post on Instagram, I'll go to because I still have like the Palace of Pistons Instagram account, which follows all the Pistons players.
Yeah.
I got to go because I get curious. I'm like, oh, maybe like I'm missing something. They don't like each other's pictures. They don't comment on each other's posts. Nothing.
I feel like
It's
maybe the starting like Cade, Killian, and Isaiah
yeah,
are probably they have chemistry. Maybe
yeah,
Sadiq in there,
yeah.
but
And then I
like
think
once you get to the
that's
bench,
they are. It's every man for himself.
can you imagine Cade Cunningham hanging out with Kelly Olynyk? Like, be honest.
No,
No,
not even.
no.
Kelly Olynyk seemed like a cool guy though. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know anything about Kelly Olynyk.
I
Just that he
I
kind of
follow him.
looks like me.
He's a hell of a cook. He shout out to Kel's Kitchen.
Really,
Yeah,
this is
he'd
news
be
to me.
he'd be making some shit that looks pretty good. I saw him make sushi once.
Good for
Uh,
him.
yeah,
Picking up a hobby off the court. I can't even slander Kelly Olynyk because he's one of the better players on the Pistons.
like he got injured, and our season was like we were we were starting to get okay because like Cade started to hit his groove, and then Kelly Olynyk like tore his MCL, and like we were like fucked.
Yeah,
Kelly Olynyk single handedly was carrying the team, and I had no idea.
pretty much. I mean, they beat like Houston on Kelly Olynyk's back, and
Yeah,
yeah. Um, so now into the ones that are going to bother you.
yep.
From at Brandon Engel, Saban Lee, not Killian, will be the better point guard in 5 years.
And I think that's interesting because I know Brandon, right? Like
Yeah,
I've known Brandon for a while, and he was like one of the main people pushing the Killian Hayes agenda before the draft because there was a big like argument and then Pistons heard about who they should draft at 7 and like who's going to be available. I was like with the camp that we should trade up for LaMelo Ball, but a lot of people didn't believe in LaMelo Ball.
they were wrong.
And And I was like, okay, I thought Killian was for sure going to go to 4 to Chicago or 5 or 6 to Atlanta. And I think 5, I don't remember who 5 was. I think it might have been Cleveland. Yeah, 5 was Cleveland. And I was like, he's not going to go to Cleveland. Well, it was one of those two. I was like almost certain. I was like, if he doesn't, then obviously I want Killian Hayes. Like I wrote like an article about him and shit. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm also good with like Tyrese Halliburton. And everyone was like, no, Tyrese, his shot will never translate to that.
I was one of them. I
Yeah.
was anti Tyrese Halliburton.
I was like, he's actually is pretty solid. He's like, he's a hooper. Like, nah. I was like, okay. And Brandon was pushing that agenda the whole time. Like he wanted LaMelo at first, but then when we hit 7, he was like, okay, yeah, Killian. I have the receipts. So I just find it interesting that he thinks Saban Lee will be the better player.
Maybe he just really believes in Saban Lee, and it's not Killian slander.
With all due respect, it's Killian slander if you think Saban Lee. I'm gonna be honest. Like I have to pick my words carefully here, but he's saying Saban will be better isn't necessarily saying Saban's gonna be great. It's just a saying.
Yeah. We are still pro Killian Hayes at Bully Ball. I'm not
I'm pro
giving up on
Saban
him.
too.
Yeah, I'm pro Saban Lee, but you know, I'm not giving up on Killian Hayes quite yet. Especially, they look so much worse when Killian doesn't play.
Yeah,
It's
absurd.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Even Cade, every time Killian leaves, his stats go down. It's like all of a sudden those Hoop Central, those NBA Central, those Bleacher Report tweets just they start disappearing when Killian goes away because it's not like, oh, look at what Cade Cunningham did. Cade Cunningham over his last 6 games, and like the Pistons PR isn't able to like tweet some wild stat that's like, oh, Cade Cunningham's the first light-skinned NBA player under the age of 25 to score 100 points in his first 10 games as a Detroit Piston wearing number 2. And then, like, to be fair, I'll retweet that and, like, be like, that's the rookie of the year. I'm just saying.
All right, and this is the only one possible that we could end this on. From at TJS 2003X, Trey Lyles will be a Piston longer than Cade Cunningham.
I really just want an explanation on that. Like, I more than anything, I want to know what he was like. Does he think Cade Cunningham's just gonna leave? It's like, okay, I guess. Like, maybe he just ends up hating it here. It's possible with the way this team's going, and I'll give you that. But if he just straight up thinks like Trey Lyles is just gonna be here longer because like Cade's just gonna like fizzle out or some shit, I got some news for you, buddy. Number one, lay off the crack. First of all, because what makes you watch this team? Watch Trey Lyles minutes consistently, because like he hasn't missed a game. Now he's missed a couple games because of health and safety protocols. But before that, he did not miss a game. You watch every game with Trey Lyles, and you're like, gosh, this is an NBA player right here. He's going to be better than our number one overall pick. Is Cade Cunningham the one leading the team? Maybe. But you know what? I like Trey Lyles. I'm a Trey Lyles guy. Trey Lyles, that's a guy right there. I hope he's here his whole career. I hope he retires as a Piston. Cade Cunningham, what is wrong with you?
Just to be fair, that might be front office slander. That might be like, oh, Troy Weaver and Dwayne Casey, they don't know what they're doing, and they'll keep Trey Lyles before they keep Cade.
And okay, like I get it, front office slander. Like I picked up on the Troy Weaver slander a little bit this year, but no, hell fuck it, absolutely.
That's a wild thing to tweet, especially have Pistons fans not been through enough? Have we not had it hard enough that you need to put this into the atmosphere?
We have suffered for 10 straight years now. Like it's been 10, like 2011 was 10 years ago. It's about to be 2012 and 10 years ago. So that means like our first playoff win was over a decade ago. Because we were just like, oh, we're hitting a soft reset. Everything is going to be all right. And it was because we kept signing players like Trey Lyles that we've gotten to this point. We built around Greg Monroe. No disrespect. He was a hooper. We built around Greg Monroe and Andre Drummond, and we thought that was going to work. And then we doubled down on it, tripled down on it even, by signing Josh Smith. And that was our big three. And I believed in it. Because I was a stupid kid.
We had to believe in it. What else? Like, they had Rodney Stuckey at point guard. Like, what were we going to do?
Rodney Stuckey, I see a lot of Pistons fans talk really positively about him on TL nowadays. But I want to remind them that he was dark-skinned Corey Joseph. There was a lack of brain function happening whenever he would touch the ball. I don't know if we forget this as a team, because we start talking positively about like Austin Day on the timeline and Rodney Stuckey, and they were like, wow, we could use a guy like Rodney on this team right now. No, we couldn't.
There's a lot of positive Austin Day tweets, and it just throws me.
I'm like, what are we missing here? Because Austin Day was in the same draft, I believe, that we drafted Jonas Jerebko. Jonas Jerebko was barely an NBA player, but he was like a way better pick than Austin Day, who was the first round pick. He was like a high first round pick.
Yeah.
Brandon Knight, I mean, he was decent until he got.
Yeah, we know. Yeah. Brandon Jennings was the savior for a little bit.
He straight up was Isaiah Thomas before his Achilles.
Yeah.
Like, I was at the game where like he had like, I don't remember what it was, but it was like some crazy ass. I think it was like 40 or some shit.
Didn't he have like a 50-point game, or was that in Milwaukee?
I was in Milwaukee, but like he had like 44. I can almost swear he had like 44 or something, like 10 assists. I was like, wow, Brandon Jennings is really good.
Pistons fans have been in the mud ever since the big off-season acquisitions were Charlie Villanueva and Ben Gordon.
Yeah. Had a Ben Gordon jersey.
And on that note, we've covered. There were a couple I omitted because they weren't really like hot takes.
Hmm.
Well, one of them that I didn't use. Someone said Dr. J was the GOAT, and I was like, okay, come on. Like
What are you sick?
I can't form an opinion on this because I've never seen
Yeah.
him play once in my life.
Yeah. Like I'm just like I respect him. You
I
know,
was
'cause
I
I'm
was
like,
born in 1997. Like,
I was born after the Pistons championships of the 90s. I was born after 9/11. You think you expect me to understand the basketball prowess of Dr. J? It's not gonna happen.
I can't believe that. Born after 9. That's fucked up. That is crazy. I think I need some time now to rethink my understanding of reality after hearing that.
Yeah.
Even though I know, like every time you say something like that, I'm like, Jesus Christ. This is like a test run. We might do more of these in the future. I don't think we have the schedules to do it like consistently, like a
Yeah.
weekly one, but every now and again something comes up on Twitter that makes me want to like talk about it like this.
Yeah.
Like a couple days ago, the tweet, "What if Vince McMahon ran the NBA?"
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about that at some point.
Yeah, I think that might be up next.
Yeah.
Thank you to the 12 people that are gonna watch this. We will post it on. Well, I can't guarantee we're gonna post it on like Spotify and stuff, but I'm gonna try my best. We will be back. Don't stop hating. It's the only thing that we have in these trying times. Is the ability to log on Twitter and hate on world-class athletes.
That's what we do. That's what we do here.
That's what we're here for.
Our negativity.
There's too many fake haters around here. We do it for real.
This is from being miserable. This is real hate.
Being a Pistons fan breeds hatred. Detroit sports in general. Like, I'm wearing a Tigers hat right now.
Yeah.
That'll make you a hater.
I'm wearing a Pistons shirt.
See? Like, if you wonder why we all day just clown on people, it's because this is all we have. If our teams can't be good, we will be good at something, and it's hating. It's the easiest. It costs no money to be a hater.
No, it costs nothing. You gain so much from being a hater.
Especially if you're good at it, and you hate the right people.
You hate the right people, you start getting likes and retweets. That shit's validation.
Pretty soon, not pretty soon. A couple years down the line, I bet Cade Cunningham haters start popping up in Pistons Twitter.
Oh, absolutely.
Just for fun.
Absolutely. They're just going to be like, he's a stat stuffer. This doesn't win. I want me a real point guard. Bring me a Cole Anthony. Bring me a Tyrese Halliburton.
Ricky Rubio.
Give me a Ricky Rubio. We should have never traded Killian Hayes. That's going to happen at some point.
Yeah. One thing, and like we're Jeremy Grant haters. They trade Jeremy Grant, and then he goes off on a new team and be like, "See, never should have traded him."
Should have traded him. He chose to sign here, and we traded him.
Crazy.
Yeah. This Pistons front office, let me tell you.
It's important to remember that you can always change your opinion. Do whatever you want. It's all fake. And on that note, I'm sorry. You have something else?
Oh, one last thing. You know for a fact when we trade Jeremy Grant, he's like, "I'm like a winning team," and like he starts like doing like mid-range fadeaway like buzzer beater. They're gonna be like, "Wow, Pistons let go of this. Huh, I know you guys must be mad."
Here come the Hoop Life tweets.
Yeah.
Trying to start shit like when they traded Blake.
Yeah.
Oh, Blake dunked on the Nets. It's like, man, fuck Blake.
Now he's a bottom of the bench guy. Brooklyn Nets.
Plays twice a month.
He's desperate for that ring.
They put him in the lineup when they play Detroit.
That's it.
Yep. And on that note, keep hating, and we will see you next time.